Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Cataclysm Refugee series. I've been thinking about heading back to the Refugee Center and trying to, I don't know, check the quests and things. I don't think I've ever really done the quests there, which is all the way back here. So I thought, it might be fun to go through and do this. I don't really play with NPCs. I think Vormithrax doesn't really play with NPCs. I can't think of any of the main streamer YouTube people that actually do a lot with NPCs. So I thought it'd be interesting to go back and check. I don't know if it's too early to do that because we don't really have anything. We're still in the early stages of the game. There is an NPC in my town. Hello, Beverly Patterson. What are you doing here? We should go talk to the NPC. We have a handgun, right? I'm worried. Like NPCs, if they become hostile, could pretty easily kill us. My gun's over here. I don't even think. Yeah, we have 8 rounds. It is a 45. Let's go. Let's go try to find this NPC. I didn't even notice. Oh, don't move that way. Why would you go towards where there's a horde? Howling Waif. Okay, so a Howling Waif is a child zombie. It doesn't have a sprite. You're what? You're like the screamer, right? And you're partially damaged, probably from the hedge maze. I think there were kids in the hedge maze. I bet one of them meandered out, and that's why. That's where you came from. Not been kind to the children of the apocalypse. This one is little more than reanimated membrane of skin stretched across tiny brittle bones. Yes, it shrieked. Thankfully, we've largely cleared this area, so we don't have to worry too much about it drawing attention of things. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that you're moving east. That seems like the worst direction for you to go. Is that you or is that a zombie? That's you. Hello. Beverly Patterson. She's wearing clothes, a Kevlar vest. It doesn't say anything about her holding a gun, which you would expect this menu to show if she had a gun. So I'm not too worried. We are unfortunately ugly and a truth teller. I always take those traits because I don't play with NPCs, so they are largely free points. I'm going to try to talk. Please don't get mad at me. I don't know NPCs either very well. Okay. Hello. Vi, love it. Keep your distance. I can drop my weapon. Try to persuade her. Try to scare her or say goodbye. If I drop my weapon, go ahead and drop the weapon. You'll be helpless. No, I have a handgun in my back pocket, so... Hello there, says Beverly Patterson. Another survivor. We should travel together? Why would I travel with you? Well, I'm bad at persuasion. Because, never mind, that's why. Can I help you with anything? I have a job for you. Yes, tell me about it. Some important software on my computer that I need on a USB. Sure. Pull the data onto this USB drive. So I'm assuming it marks a house and we have to go interact with a computer terminal. I've never done this quest. Sure, not a problem. Would you like to travel with me now that I'm doing a quest for you? No, very slightly more percentage. We're friends, aren't we? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. I'm going to grab my knife spear. She says bye. So I wonder where she'll go. Because there's really nowhere here that's safe. Usually NPCs will move towards safety. We do have the house marked on our... If we complete the quest... Let's say we go here, we get the USB and all that stuff, which I don't know how to do, but I'm sure is probably something we could figure out. But let's say we did it, and she disappeared into the map somewhere. Would the quest then point at her as the location for completing the quest, or would I have to find her again? Because we're definitely not doing this today. We're not coming down here. Trailer parks. Oh, it's a baseball field. That's even worse. So baseball fields, like parks, are absolutely packed with zombies for absolutely no reason, which makes me want to pull my teeth out whenever I go near one. So I'm not even sure we can get in this house. I hate that. I know we talk about it all the time, but it just sucks the fun out of Cataclysm. Like, I don't even want to come over here. Skate park, eh? I think there's kid zombies at the skate park, which is fine. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to do this today or ever. And she doesn't want to travel with us, so we'll just let her go about her apocalyptic duty. And we'll just leave her alone. You know, we're not going to try to rob her or kill her or anything. I suspect she's going to get herself killed. I imagine if she dies, we'll get an update on the mission that says we failed. So we should probably have some idea if she dies. Let's go back and drop some of this stuff. Oh, I took my clothes off as well last episode. We definitely should not be outside without gear. I don't think we need the scarf. Our legs are hot. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't really lose anything. I think we already took off our underwear, which is just something you do in the apocalypse. So the duster covers our legs as well. The duster is better than the leather pants, I guess because it's thicker, but its coverage is slightly less. I don't see any reason why we can't take off the leather pants. Weird that there's 13 items in my leather pants. You would think they wouldn't have pockets, or at least would be tight enough that pockets probably aren't going to be able to accommodate very much. Let's see what's in here. If I scroll down, right, it should say things like lockpicks. Okay, so it is small stuff. Let's unload these. Ignore. Yeah, okay. So that should be fine. We'll go back, we'll drop off our stuff, and we'll go out looting again. I really hate that that's next to a ballpark. I don't think we're going to go over there, which is a bummer. People always comment and say, hey, can you do more with NPCs? You know, people always say, you know, Vorm doesn't really play with NPCs. I would like to see more NPC stuff. There's a reason Vorm doesn't really play with them. There's a reason I don't really play with them. You know, they're buggy, they're stupid sometimes. It can be very, very frustrating trying to get NPCs to do what you want them to do. And it's really off-putting, in my opinion. And frankly, my gameplay style, I just don't play with NPCs in most games. Like, I love, like, Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games of all time. New Vegas is the best in the Fallout franchise, don't at me. And I just don't play with NPCs. I know there are cool companions, you know. I played Fallout 4, Fallout 3. I played Skyrim, Oblivion. I know there are cool people in those games that you can recruit and have hang around you. I just don't care. So Zombie Hunter, huh? So we're starting to see some evolutions. Once human body barely recognizable, it scrambles about on all fours. Nails and teeth both look sharpened into dangerous looking spikes. I can't really see the sprite here. Let's take a look at this sprite. I don't think I've seen this before. I don't even know where you are. Okay, so you're right inside the tree line. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's like someone doing a back bend is what that looks like. And then the tree sprite, I think, is just overlapping it a bit. Okay. So I think the hunter is the middle tier, right? It goes runner, hunter, predator, I think. And we're only on day 2. That's a bit unusual to see an upgrade like that. It's possible it spawned elsewhere as an already evolved creature. Someone is backing up a truck outside, and the beeping is annoying. But that's a bit unusual on day 2 to find. Same with the waif. Even though they evolve quickly, those creatures, I just am a little surprised to see them. But that's not a super big deal. So let's loot these houses. I don't think we looted. Actually, on the corner is going to be an issue, I think, coming down here. Sporting goods sounds like a good place to go, though. Sporting goods might incorporate firearms. Not sure what the exact... I think that hunter is, yeah, leaping at us. Where are you at? Here you are. We should probably kill that. Zombie to the south has also spotted us. Can't attack on that weird angle, I guess. Missing a lot. I do think they're hard to hit because they're supposed to be quick zombies. So I imagine they're a little bit tougher to hit than your standard, zombie that's hoofing it around and slow rolling through. Almonds. Sure. I didn't even look. Oh, yes, I did. The hunter didn't have. I almost said the whore. The hunter did not have anything on its body. I don't have anything against NPCs. Not really. I just prefer to be solo. Like, Fallout 4 came out and everybody... Fallout 4 to me was a huge disappointment. I think that is... I think that there are really good things about it, but I think ultimately it's an inferior game to Fallout New Vegas by like a significant margin. Fallout 3 is like the seed of which the new version of the franchise grew. So Fallout 3 was the first person like style, the first one after years of not really having a Fallout game. And it was good for that reason because it reinvigorated a franchise that, in my opinion, is a very solid franchise. But Fallout New Vegas improved on Fallout 3 in basically every way. Like Fallout 3, there were just not that many weapons. There were not that many enemies. There were the DLC was pretty lackluster. The best thing about that game is that Liam Neeson voices your dad. Like that's the whole thing. Another boarded up house, huh? I'm a little hesitant to push to the sporting goods shop when this house could be jam-packed with enemies. Let's check around back, see if we hear thumping or anything. Oh, it's a much smaller house. There's a zombie inside, and it's barricaded. We do hear thumping. We should clear this if we're going to go next door. Let's just mill about at the doors and hopefully one of them sees us. In fact, we can just smash some stuff and make a little bit of a path. Okay, here they come. So like Fallout 3, it just was... That's an NPC. Oh, that's bad. This is an NPC house? Why were there... Okay, why would there be a living NPC in a house with the zombies? Colton Mutt. Also, why are there NPCs here? We just saw so if you're unfamiliar, NPCs in Cataclysm, there's a formula to it. You're supposed to find about X number over the course of an entire overmap. And the number's actually pretty low. So finding 2 NPCs within like 5 minutes of each other in the game is pretty unusual. Although this one's labeled as a thug, I guess he's supposed to be a bandit or something. Problem is, there's probably more than one, and he has a machete, which is pretty damaging as a weapon. I do still have the pistol. Nope, I dropped the pistol. Well, that's really bad, because now we have to fight him in melee. I don't think leaving will work. I think if we leave, he will continue to attack us. And I don't know how the AI works, if he's going to pursue us or if he'll fight zombies if the zombies get between he and I. I also doubt he can climb. Yeah, he macheted me and I'm bleeding a lot. Climb south. He hit me again? Okay, well, I have very significant bleeding. Heavy bleeding. Rapidly losing blood. Apply bandages. Right leg. So we are still bleeding. Apply another bandage. Still bleeding. Apply a bandage. Okay. So he hit us a few times. How many times did you hit me? He stabs me. Oh, it was a critical attack. That might be why. He sliced my leg guards. I'm bleeding. Yeah. So we're going to chill on the rooftop for a while. I don't know if enemies can see up onto a rooftop or not. We could hop down. There is a fence here that would block line of sight and probably allow us to get away without him seeing us. Problem is, I just don't know NPCs. I actually really don't like that there are bandits and thugs in the game. I don't think that it fits with the world of Cataclysm. Well, that's not true. I don't think it fits with the gameplay of Cataclysm. I think in the world it makes perfect sense. There are always going to be looters and hostile people. But in the confines of most zombie games, it falls apart when you start adding human enemies. Like literally pick any zombie game that has humans in it, they always do it wrong. It never really feels right. Dead Rising, the humans just don't really make sense. They tank way too much damage and whatnot because the systems that are initially implemented in the game are designed for zombie enemies, not for human beings. So I think Cataclysm is a great example of that as well. We fight lots of zombies. We're pretty OP as the human character. And as soon as you introduce another human character, especially if they have a firearm, they can basically one-shot you, like depending on your armor. And I think it just really kind of kills a lot of runs that otherwise would have kept going and been fine. So I don't love human enemies in general. The safest play might actually be to drop on the right side and go around the fence. He would hear us, but this will block line of sight and I think prevent him from attacking us. Whereas if we go this way, it's possible he may have wrapped around the house. And so there's a gate here. He might spot us as we go by. And I really don't want to get chased all the way back to my house, because I don't think we can take him. He has a machete. Just a few hits from the machete will render us bleeding to death. And honestly, that would just frustrate me because I feel like I don't really want NPCs in my game, and I don't want bandits in my game, and I don't like the idea of being murdered by a bandit for no reason. Like, I literally just walked up here, pulled a dresser out, and then started fighting a zombie, and he decided that he hates me. So we're going to jump down. We're probably going to take a hit here. I don't know how to identify if there are downspouts on the edges. I don't think there's any way to tell from the top. So we know there's a downspout here. And it's a white tile. This may also be a downspout, but it looks like the only other one. So we're going to jump down. We're going to take a lot of damage from falling if we fall. Climb down, yes. We did not take damage. And I think we sneak, which I never use crouching in this game. If I go around, okay, I can't see through that tile. So I think we make a lot less noise when we're sneaking. Tough zombie, huh? And we just want to get around and hopefully not have to deal with this guy. If we get attacked, we're in a lot of trouble because the combat will make a lot of noise, and NPCs generally respond very quickly and significantly to sounds of combat. Okay, he's not on the road. And we're just going to sneak back home, frankly. There's no reason for us to engage with him. It's just a great way to end our run. I really don't want to deal with humans. You know, if it were up to me, there would be no NPCs in the game. And having bandits and stuff, thankfully he didn't have a gun. Honestly, if he had a gun, we would have just lost the game really through no fault of our own, just because we walked around the wrong corner, you know. And I just think that that's a huge feels bad. So I don't love that. So we're gonna go back to base. We're in a lot of pain. Yeah, shockingly, we were macheted in the thigh. Seems like something that would, in fact, hurt quite a lot. So we're going to ignore this side of town, which, again, is frustrating. Because now we've been locked out of this area because we don't know, one, where that guy is, if he's still in there or not. It does say he's there, I guess. So we do know he's there. But we don't know if there are others in the area. We don't know. You know, I think gun stores might be a place that they congregate. I'm not 100%, but I don't love it. So more and more I'm feeling locked out of this city just because of random RNG stuff, like when we tried to settle, but the park was here, and the quest is here, but there's a baseball field. So I'm not super thrilled with the way things are going here. Beverly Patterson, I wish you the best of luck out there. Hopefully he doesn't attack you as well. I just don't like human enemies in zombie games. They never seem to work, you know. Like Resident Evil, Dead Rising, you know, what was it? What's the? I have it right here actually. Oh, Dying Light. Dying Light, you know, Dead Island, basically every zombie game, when they implement people and human enemies, it just never feels. It's not what I play the game for. They never feel balanced compared to the zombies and stuff, and I hate it personally. But anyway, that's enough about that. I have no idea what I was talking about. Fallout, but we don't need to continue. In fact, I'm supposed to get a question. So let's not continue our Fallout discussion. Let's find ourselves random question. We're already 20 minutes in, unfortunately. Scroll, click. What's something common from your childhood that will seem strange to future generations? No, I don't like that one. I have no idea. What food is delicious but a pain to eat? Stupid questions. My God. Well, I really love the taste of jalapenos. When I was a young man, we would go. So I'm from the country. There's a heavy Mexican population here. A lot of people from Mexico, you know, over the years have migrated up here. I went to school with, you know, kids who were first generation, second generation, you know, early immigration stuff. And so we have a lot of Mexican restaurants. And one of the things that they do really well, we would, like, honestly, so I live in the country. There are a lot of these really tiny restaurants from, you know, different people who will make their like home dishes, right? Place stuff that they would make back in their home nation before they emigrated to America. So like we have a couple people who are like first generation Italians who have moved here who make really great Italian food. And the same is true for people with and Chinese restaurants as well. Grew up a lot with my mentor. We would do work for a lot of the local Chinese restaurants. So not local, but like nearby. So I was around, you know, other ethnicities' food a lot. And one of the places that is really good, you know, you find these little hole in the wall restaurants that most people don't even know exist, but you go in and they make dynamite food from, you know, their countries of origin. So there's this really nice Mexican restaurant near here that would always make grilled jalapenos. And I don't know if that's like a traditional thing that, you know, they do in Mexico. I have no idea. But I know that jalapenos are delicious, and I know that that guy all the time was grilling jalapenos, and they were very, very good. So, although I enjoy grilled jalapenos, I have a lot of stomach issues, which makes spice quite difficult for me to handle. I can't even go this way. There's a park over here. I don't know where to go. And I'm a little annoyed by that whole bandit encounter. Just really just displeased with, I mean, I could get a gun, go back and shoot the guy in the face, I guess. But it puts us at risk of dying, you know, him closing ground with us before. Because we don't have that many bullets. He has a machete, which is a very high damage weapon. If we look at the makeshift machete. Do we even have the recipe? We do. Makeshift machete is 6. Oh, that's actually not as good as I thought. 16 cut and 5 bash. That's actually not that impressive. But we still don't want to melee him. We saw that like one attack basically chunked our leg down to almost nothing and gave us a very heavy bleeding wound. That is not great. So all I have is 145 with like 6 bullets. 8 bullets. It is a 45, which is a higher damage round. We don't know what his armor is. Why is this such... Oh, that's melee damage. I was going to say, why is that so low? 25 damage. Why is that so low? 25 damage. It has a crit multiplier. I don't... Why would we even go back and fight him? What am I thinking? I don't have bullets. I don't have a good rifle. It's not worth it. We could just die. I don't know where to go. I guess we go over here and just start focusing this center area. We could clear the firefighter place. There's probably like 8 or 10 firemen in there. It'll give us some turnout gear, which is pretty good protection. Why don't we hit the fire department and just clear the area around it so that we can move in some relative safety. So let's just get their attention over here. I'm surprised they didn't get aggroed to the NPC when she was fooling around over here. We also see pupating zombies, which is not great. So yeah, I can't handle spices. So like, spoiler alert, like, and jalapenos aren't even that hot, frankly. But something about grilled jalapenos that always just tore up my stomach something fierce. So I can't really eat spicy foods, which is a shame. I really like curry. I really like, anything with like chili, chilies in it is generally pretty good and enjoyable in my mind. So, like, even a simple act of going to Subway, used to put jalapenos on everything, can't really do that anymore. So those would be, what was the question? What food is delicious but a pain to eat? I mean, it's literally painful to eat really spicy food. It really upsets my stomach. Gotta figure, I just, sometimes I think like, oh, it must be an ulcer. I don't know why exactly I have so many stomach issues. In your mind, you're like, well, hopefully not cancer. But, seeing a lot of things, including feral humans. I don't know what their vision radius is. They're all pretty far to the east here. But I really don't love the pupating zombies. Just in the front yard, huh? Leaving a sludge trail. Problem is, I believe the pupating zombies are the ones that will produce the impaler things, or whatever they're called. I believe they're the ones that fly, which we really don't want to deal with. Why am I even clearing up here? I'm a road too high. Oh no. We need to go down a road. I don't know why I'm even clearing over there. I wanted to get to the fireplace here. Okay. Some stuff to the south probably hasn't seen me. Children, a couple random zombies, and a fat zombie. Okay, I would like to draw the attention of the fat zombie. It's a little too close here. And we can still see some far over to the east. It looks like the next road over has quite a bit of monster density. Don't go in the window. Oh, God, they're so stupid. Come here, fat zombie. Kill this guy. So spicy foods are literally painful to eat. And I love me some spicy foods. I have a lot of issues as well with like, I have some scar tissue in my nose, so like my nostrils are a little closed up sometimes, and spicy food really helps clear out anything that you've got going on in your sinuses. It makes it easier to breathe, even with the scar tissue and stuff. So yeah, I love spicy food, but can't really eat it. It just upsets my stomach. I do eat like spicy ramen. Like the dollar store sells these ramen bowls for $1, come with chili paste and all that. So I'll eat those. Sometimes that upsets the old stomach, but for the most part, not an issue. Other than that, what is delicious but a pain to eat? Really nothing else. I mean, I don't even know what this question is supposed to mean. What is a pain to eat? I guess if you were like allergic to something, but you were like, I love shellfish. I don't care if my face bloats up and I slowly die of asphyxia. I want me some shellfish. Like, maybe that's what they mean, like a pain to eat. I don't know. Do I want to fight them right now? We are injured on our leg, but I think we're okay. Problem is, there's going to be like 8 of them in here. Go ahead and pop this. Maybe we can just draw them a few at a time. Looks like there was a regular zombie in there as well. And I have no idea where you two came because I just looked and nothing had spotted me. So that's frustrating. We're going to have to make a stand here. Hopefully some of them get a little bit stuck in that entry area of the fire department. You destroyed the downspout. It's okay, that's the one that didn't work anyway. Bring on the firefighter. How much damage? 15, that's totally reasonable. And I don't think... Oh, you are faster than me. You managed to grab me in that situation. I was going to say, I don't think they're that fast, so we should be able to easily outpace it. Come on now. There we go. We don't want to run out of stamina here. So let's pop inside and rest a moment to make sure we have full stamina before we head back out and engage again. I just noticed there's a pitchfork here. Pitchfork is a good starter reach weapon. It's well manufactured, so it's not flimsy like a lot of the spears you would make in the early game. And it has pretty decent damage. Now our knife spear actually outpaces it damage-wise, except that ours is damaged at the moment. So it is slightly better than what we're using at the moment. But I don't really see a need to drop my knife spear. We do have a Halligan tool and a stylish wallet. There will probably be Halligan tools outside or inside as well with the loot. That doesn't really look like a Halligan tool. I guess it's just so wide. It just looks like a big nail. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to remember this is here is my main thing. I was that's why I comment on the tile. I thought it would be like a huge lengthy thing that I would easily spot on my way back, but it doesn't really matter. So in general, I don't use the Halligan tools. They're just a little bit too big. They're not easily transportable. And since they changed prying, I actually don't really use prying tools anymore. Used to be I would carry a makeshift crowbar, but now with the length restrictions, it just feels less... It just doesn't feel like the value actually fits with the annoyance of having to... Okay, don't sprint while we're about to get into a fight. With the length, the limitations on length that you can carry, it just doesn't feel like the value outweighs the annoyance of trying to micromanage another long item. Okay, we got a straggler from the right as well. Would prefer if the zombie came first. Man, they're getting stuck in this little office, I think. We should sprint when we're dealing with the firefighter. Yeah, I don't know what food they're looking for. A lot of these questions, man, I say it every episode, they're just so dumb. But hey, let me know in the comments below, what food do you think is delicious but is also a pain to eat? It's just like a nonsensical, like, you know what? I was looking at the list yesterday, and I actually had one question. It said, who did you vote for in the last election? And I was like, who... Like, these are from the internet where it's supposed to be like conversation starters. Who would ever ask another human being, oh, hey, nice to meet you, I'm Tony. Who'd you vote for last year? Nobody does that. That's absurd. And so a lot of these questions are supposed to be like, oh, here's how to never, be awkward in small talk ever again. Just memorize some of these questions and it'll help you out. And these are icebreakers. This is a great way to get to know someone. And then I read them and it's like, what food tastes good but hurts you? And it's like, that's not conversation starting. This is stupid, And I understand it's hard for adults to make conversation. Don't get me wrong. It's part of the reason why I even use the questions, is because it is hard to come up with things to talk to people about. It's on YouTube even harder because I'm talking to myself, and then you're trying to engage your audience and keep people interested, and you would like them to answer as well, to keep engaged or whatever. But it just where's there a decayed zombie? All the way over there. No, I don't care about you. Ignore. And it's weird, and it is hard to make small talk and stuff, but don't ever lead off a conversation with like, who did you vote for? That's just a great way to make someone hate you, frankly. No one wants to... I don't know. It just seems so dumb. Stop grabbing me. Okay, come out here. You might as well just fight as we go as well. Okay. Okay. We're running out of stamina quite quickly as well, I'm noticing. Which is fine. Where's their zombie? Okay, right there. We will wait for him to come and we'll fight him. Yeah, I never know what questions to ask, and it's hard to come up with topics all the time. I don't have a very exciting life at all. Got a comment from someone today that basically said I should talk more about positive things because I often do dwell on the negative, and positive things are much more entertaining. Whereas, if you talk about negative things all the time, really sedative. So this is probably the replacement for like Valium, or what was did we have Valium? I don't remember. But okay, we have a sedative now. Not super significant. But yeah, talking about negative stuff all the time becomes tiresome and boring, and frankly is depressing. Oh, we're at 35 minutes. Let's just call the episode. I feel like I'm rambling anyway. So everybody, hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'll be back with more Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead in the near future. Still trying to get those one video a day kind of routine back in order. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.